So it pops her ability. She hits the invis tower, but doesn't quite take it down. Uses the spare zap spell. That is seriously the best singular zap spell that I've ever seen. Zap Lalo is getting increasingly popular at the top of Legends League, which is surprising because you look at bases like this, as we see the Zap Quake come in, which are minimalizing the Zap Quake value because obviously Zap Titans is one of the strongest armies in the game. But this army still works. But today Vendetta, when we watch his 6 attacks he's going to do for us, he's going to take down the bases in a way that you probably didn't expect. So here is the first surprise, a ground siege machine with a Lalo attack. The log launcher, but look at the value this log launcher is going to get. It is absolutely ridiculous. So we've got the queen and the ice golem on the top side, and her job's just to set a funnel for the king. The king tanks for the log launcher. That's so important because the log launcher is very weak, so you need the king to tank for it. The log launcher gets down the multi that was targeting it. Absolutely insane. Queen still hasn't popped her ability as well, by the way. And then we have the RC also to funnel the king, because she kind of started a bit lower, but she's funneled herself in quite nicely here. And look at the value we're going to get. The Yetis come out and a tank in the monolith. The Phoenix finally goes off, but look at this. We've still got our RC ability. And look, we've only just popped it. We've taken down most of the base here. I'm just going to pause it so you can look at this. This looks kind of like a Super Archer Lalo attack, right? Where you've taken out the entire core of the base. But the difference here is we still got a whole Lalo. We've got our Warden ability and we've got spells. So he's going to have 2 freezes, a haste, and a rage. I really like the rage that he brings with this army. You'll see why in a second. Now he freezes that rage tower immediately because a rage multi-inferno is so bad, and the Rage Town Hall as well, so don't let that Rage Tower go off. Unfortunately, we pop our Warden a bit early here, and you'll see why in a second, because the Loons do take a fair bit of damage from that Giga Poison, and the Headhunters do get damaged as well. So they don't quite take out that defensive RC. The Scatter, unfortunately, for a second was looking at our balloons, is again, but it's okay. We've just got way too many balloons up, and it's all because of that insane Sui through the core. Now, you would think a lot of bases this can't work on because there's so much damage on the base, but if you zap the correct targets and you funnel your king in really well, you're going to crush a lot of bases with this, and this is the first of 6 attacks in the video from Vendetta, and maybe by the end of this video, you'll give Zap Lalo a go because these hits are insane. Alright, here we go, another box space. Let's see where he's going to do the zaps, and yep, going to zap out a Rage Tower, Ground Bow, Air Defense, and a Multi-Inferno. That's pretty OP value, but you'll see how OP the value is in a second. And I really like this attack here because he segments the base, right? I'll just pause it, because essentially what he's going to do is he's like, I just want my queen to get this, and I just want my king to get this. You're not going to see him put his heroes together on a lot of the Suis today, because it's not like the Blizzard Lalo ones, where some of the time you've got a Sui either into the town hall or deep into the core of the base. You can zap out the core of the base with this, and the heroes just a lot of the time need to get either the peripheral defenses or follow the log launcher into the core. So look, the king goes back, and I haven't even pointed it out. Look at this boy. We've got a Flame Flinger in this attack. Absolutely insane, but you'll see the value this Flame Flinger gets in a second, because look, the king's taken out the ground bow, the queen's taken out the entire top side, and we already zapped out the Rage Tower. So I mean, look at how free the path is for this Flame Flinger. I really like that. I really like that. And obviously we've still got the Yetis, inside the Flame Flinger, so they're going to put in work on the back half of this attack. The Queen hasn't used her ability. Wow, that's impressive. I don't know how we didn't use her ability there. We finally do. She'll take down the cannon, then do cleanup. Look at this. We send the Hound in. It pulls the Poison Tower, which is really handy, and we're just Laloing into the Town Hall. Now, unfortunately, a defensive CC Titan's really bad. Like, really bad, but we've still got our RC, and she will take the Titan down. Look at that Rage. Beautiful. Love it. The Rage through the Town Hall is super nice. It's much better than a haste spell, because it's just got a much bigger radius. Lalo's going fine. The RC took out that defensive Titan. Loons take out the core multi, and that's kind of GG's. It doesn't look like it's GG's, but we've got a Flame Flinger on the back end. We've got these hasted balloons taking down the Scatter. RC's ability's only just gone off, and that the Queen's doing cleanup. pretty nice way to take down the base, honestly. Just took it down compartment by compartment. Zap for one area, Flame Flinger another, King to get rid of the ground bow to enable our Flame Flinger, Queen for a compartment, and just Lalo what's left with the Royal Champion. So didn't use the Royal Champion with the Sui here because it just made no sense. She was needed with the Lalo, and she took out the defensive CC Titan, and there you go. You've seen a Log Launcher triple, you've seen a Flame Flinger triple. What ground siege machine are we going to do next? I'll let you see if you can figure that one out. Let's get into the next attack. Alright, another little ugly box base here. Now, I know a lot of you will be like, well, Hooked, you should be zapping the Monolith and the Invis Tower here and, you know, Quake the Town Hall so you can do the Flame Flinger for it. But that's too obvious, and also, when it comes to, like, Lalo attacks, an Invis Tower and a Monolith isn't horrific for Lalo, because they don't really destroy your balloons, whereas a back-end multi Inferno with a Rage Tower and a Ground Bow, yeah, that will hurt. Well, the Ground Bow won't hurt our Lalo, it'll hurt our Sui, but that Rage Tower and the multi Inferno will absolutely hurt our Lalo. So, much better to zap this, and look at the value we're going to get here. So, pop the Queen ability. Yet again, her job's just to go in and get this scatter, and she's going to do that nicely. King's job is to, I think he should be able to deal with the defensive CC here, right? We use the poison spell, then the RC, and he's just switched to the siege machine. Did you get that correct? I bet you didn't. But I really like what he does here, because look, the RC's got a pretty free path here. Like, there's not a whole lot of damage on her, there's not a lot of defensive heroes in the area, so we're going to use the drill in conjunction with the RC here, and they're just going to maximize each other's value. Unfortunately, our RC gets kind of stuck, so we do have to use the her ability. She will get rid of this ground bow though, and this drill is just still going. We Lalo just in front of the drill to take a bit of firepower off it. Headhunters to come in and kill that queen, and look at the drill. Bam! Holds that scatter. We love to see it. It does get one more shot at our balloons, maybe even two, but that's alright. It's literally only shooting at one balloon. There's our Warden ability with the Rage. We freeze that Invis Tower. Lalo's coming across. The Yetis come out. And this is actually going to end up looking really close. Like, this attack, I will admit, does die out a little bit here. But I don't think this was ever really in doubt. He's still got the two Yetis, and what I really like about the Yetis is obviously the Yeti Mites. Like, yeah, they're beating through a wall at the moment, but that's fine. He's got the Yeti Mites. They will take the Monolith down, even if the Loons are unable to do it, and that is a GG. I really like the idea of the RC and the Drill taking out the entire bottom side of the base, helping out the Lalo, and yeah, that is a Clan Clash triple. You've seen 3 different ground siege machines, and they've all worked with this attack, and this attack looks really fun to do as well. Is this Invis Tower going to go off? That'd be quite funny. Is the Invis Tower going to be the last thing to go down here? I've never seen that before. This base is not only really common, but with the double poison towers, it is quite awkward for Lalo attacks. So I included this one in the video because I know a lot of you will want the assistance on what to do versus double poison towers. Now look at the zap value. Scatter multi-poison tower. It's pretty good value. That is pretty good value, and we're going to come in with the log launcher here. So you've seen the 3 ground siege machines, and I can tell you comfortably the log launcher is the one used the most. Vendetta says he uses it about 80% of the time, and you'll see why. It's quite clearly of the 3 of them the strongest. Now there are times when the Flinger is better, as we've seen, and the Drill, but most of the time you're going to use the log launcher. I really like this Sui. We've got the RC on the top side. Her job is not to deal with this defensive CC. Her job's just to go up, get rid of that multi-inferno, and get anything else. The King is tanking for our log launcher brilliantly. The log launcher is also weakening the walls. You'll see why this is important in a second. RC ability goes off and weakens everything. But look at this. The King takes out that, and the Yetis can only beat these walls, but they are so weak that the Yetis go straight through them anyways, and look at the value we've gotten. The Eagle will go down in a second. Just wait for the Queen to deal with the pups, and that just means we've got a straight line Lalo through the Town Hall here. Rage is beautiful because it rages our headhunters, and raged headhunters get rid of the defensive heroes so quickly. You'll love to see it. They get off the Town Hall in time, and our Queen's still got her ability, and this is destruction. absolute destruction. It's not even close, because look at this. We zapped out the back end of the base. So what we zapped in this attack didn't really necessarily help our Sui, but our Sui didn't need the help. The Lalo did, because if the Lalo was going through this scatter and poison tower on the back end, I mean, it probably still triples, let's be real, but it would have been a whole lot more difficult. Absolutely overruns this base, and this is the biggest overkill of the video so far. Absolutely clinical from Vendetta here, and this base is super common. I know Stars is currently running this base on some of his accounts, so it is a very common Legends League base that has just been absolutely stomped. And a swag spell. You don't see swag spells often with these zap attacks, but Vendetta able to swag hard here. Nicely done from him. This might be my favorite attack of the entire video, because have a look at what he's going to do with the zaps here. So, just going to go for this Rage Tower multi on the outside. And look at that, you only need 4 zaps, 1 quake for a Rage Tower, and you only need 5 zaps, 1 quake for the multi-inferno. So you'll actually notice we're hanging on to, showing down the bottom, we're hanging on to 1 lightning spell, because we didn't need the 6th one. Now, he's waiting for this Rage Tower to run out, because he's going to Sui in here, but there's no point Suiing into defenses that are raged up. You're better off waiting the 10 to 15 seconds that it is, and then going with your Sui, because time isn't really a problem with this army. I can tell you that because we are recording this video lightning quick. And now, coming in with the log launcher, and I mean, this log launcher is going to get so much value. King on King, using the baby drag to funnel. Phoenix will come up, and the baby drag actually tanks the air bow rather than our log launcher. So that baby drag was really, really nice. King, hopefully the Phoenix can get rid of the Tesla, and it does. We activate that spell tower, which is nice. And look at this, we're just chilling, and the Yetis are actually going to go inside the base. There's a defensive rocket balloon there, but it can't really do a whole lot. The Yetis won't get any damage off on the Queen, unfortunately, but they do get a sweeper, and they do damage some defenses. Queen goes... by the way, the Queen's still alive. Went up and got that scatter down. So the King did such good tanking, the log launcher took out a lot of defenses. Now the RC comes from the top, and I really want you guys to watch what he does with the RC here. So he pops her ability, she hits the Invis Tower, but doesn't quite take it down. Uses the spare Zap spell to take down the Invis Tower just before it reloads. That was just like a 10 million IQ play there. That is seriously the best singular zap spell that I've ever seen. So smart, and you know you're good. You know Vendetta's good with the army when he's pulling out tricks like that. I didn't even know that when the RC ability hit a spell tower, you could finish it off with 1 lightning spell. And obviously this base is collapsed. Like, it's just not even close. Absolutely overrun this base. And yeah, Vendetta, absolutely amazing. I felt like I had to put a ring base in here for you all, because I know some of you run into these quite common, and you'll be like, well, Hooked, how can I use this on rings? You can, I just wouldn't recommend it. I think on ring bases, you're better off bringing a Blizzard or a Super Archer if you're going to do a Lalo attack, but I'll show it anyway, because it is absolutely doable. Really nice zap value there. Get rid of that Invis Tower, because it's such a pain, and get as much value with it as you can. And then kind of Sui where you've got the funnel set up from the zap. Now, this will be the only attack in the video, and one of the few attacks Vendetta ever does where he does use an air siege machine. Especially because you've got the 2 Yetis on this. Like, yeah, you can use a Flame Flinger if you want, but the biggest problem with ring bases for Lalo attacks is that Town Hall. Because if your loons get stuck on the Town Hall in that really dense core, then they're kind of going to die. They're kind of going to die. So we're going to use the Blimp in this one. Blimp the Town Hall with the Rage spell, and the Yetis will take that down. Haven't talked about his CC comp the entire video. He is bringing 2 Yetis, a rocket balloon, a normal balloon, and an archer. I normally bring 2 sneaky gobs, but I'm guessing because he's generally using the log launcher, he'd rather bring just an extra balloon. I don't really know. I think either of them are just as good. Also, that Queen had 1 HP for the longest time. Thankfully, she doesn't pop her ability too early. She's not going to quite get this poison tower down, though, which is not too much of a worry, because he does obviously triple it, but you'd much rather get that down. Warden's on the bottom side, because that's where he's going to send his headhunters straight at the enemy Queen here. There we go, pop the warden nice and early. Notice how he's still hanging on to 8 balloons. Do not overcommit balloons with this attack. You still need a lot of balloons for the back end. Rage spell on the Town Hall. RC ability goes off. And we're just going to have a bunch of balloons make it out of the Town Hall. We haste balloons down the bottom. That's where the haste spell comes in handy. And we're just going to slowly but surely overwhelm this base. We've actually still got a Royal Champion up the top, just going completely rogue. And yeah, that is that. Zap Lalo, what do you guys think about it? Are you going to give this a try? I will say, in Legends League, I assume this is quite difficult because you've only got 30 seconds to come up with a plan. But maybe try it on a box base in a war attack, because this is another sort of army that's built for boxes. Like, boxes are the best style of base for Zap Lalo. So if you're struggling with them, particularly in War or the Clan War Leagues, give it a go. If you want to see more Lalo action on the channel, I will link Darkstar, who was doing Blizzard Lalo on my left. He was 5th in the world. Can't recommend watching that enough because he destroys all types of bases, particularly the Poison Tower bases. But that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the content, and maybe I'll see you soon.